everyone, guys, well, welcome to my life. Wherever you're watching me from. Today, I'm live, and guys, I have a very interesting topic. Discussion we need to discuss. So I really want a view from you. Just let me know, at the comment section. Let's have interaction. Let's connect. This topic is very interesting. Seriously, Francophones Africans, are they free or they are under colonial control? Because recently what is going on in Burkina Faso, Mali, Niger. I quite remember in a few months we did a walk, solidarity walk in support of Ibrahim Traore. Seriously. So guys, I like what actually is really going on. So this evening, I come before you. Let us all have interaction. Let's discuss. So today, we are asking one powerful question. I'm just asking one powerful question. Is Francophone West Africa truly free or still under colonial contracts with France? Like, I'm just asking, are they really free or still under colonial contracts with France? Guys, so if you have any idea about this, just let me know. Let's just have interaction. If they are really, really free, and why are they breaking out? Because they are independent in 1960, and then what is happening now? And Charlie, I think this is getting the time that we have to ask these interesting questions. And then, the recent turnout in Burkina Faso, AES. Just let me know, guys. So if you just join me right now, let me know where you're watching me from, and then I want to hear your views. Like, let us just share. It's a live discussion, just one-on-one live discussion. As you can see me, I'm repping, Sahel, AES. If you see on my dress, you see Burkina Faso, Niger, and Mali. Oh yes, and you see this my cap. I was, this very thing in Burkina Faso, just to see the recent turnout. Ibrahim Traore's regime. Like, I just want to see if the people of Burkina Faso really are they happy about the military turnout. And in my surprise, everybody, all of them, they are really, really happy for the recent change. Burkina Faso. So guys, that is why this really triggered me, and I come before you. Let us just have a live discussion. So what is the colonial contract? If we said, like, earlier on I asked if Francophone Africans, like West African Francophones, African country, are they truly free or they are under colonial contract, which is under France? So, and I'm just asking here, what is the colonial contract? So today, I just want us to have that discussion. What is that colonial contract? If somebody said colonial contract, what does that really mean? Let's just have discussion about that. What is the colonial contract? So at the comment section, guys, let me know if you know what is that that colonial contract really mean. Let me know. Let me know, what is that colonial contract? But for me, I was there. Ghana gained independence 1957, and in 1965 July we cut tie. At that time the British have introduced West African British pound. That is the money that we are eating. That's the money that we are eating from the Britain. But after we gain independence, our first president at that time, Kwame Nkrumah, have changed the currency. But it looks like When I get opportunity to travel to Togo, I was in Benin, I visit Ivory Coast, and then recently I was in Burkina Faso. And I realized that they eat sefa. Sefa is a currency from France. So if we said, if they are truly free, then why are they under colonial contract? If we say the colonial contract, that means the sefa. They are still eating sefa. So why are they free and they are still eating a currency that France have gave them during the colonial period, and after independence they are still using that currency? There's a question mark, something we need to look up to. Like we need to discuss that. They are still eating France sefa. And when you go to France, they don't even eat that currency in France. France, they eat euro. But where are they? They have their central bank in Paris. You get it? You know? Because they are using that to do what? To control them. Guys, so let me know if you just join me right now. The topic we are discussing is Francophone West Africans still under colonial contracts. Are they free or they are still under colonial contract? That is the topic that we are discussing. And guys, I want your views. So the first point is what? They are, the currency wise, they are still eating a currency that is from what? France. They are eating a currency, like a money. Their currency is from France. They don't have their own currency. It means that what? They are still under colonial contract. They are not free. They are not truly free. That is the reason why in a recent time, because somebody may ask, in this 21st century, why are there all these coup d'etats happening in West Africa? And not only, no, in West Africa, we have 16 countries. And we, like the Francophones, like countries, they are still, all the Francophone countries, Togo, it's sefa, Benin, sefa, Ivory Coast first, sefa, Mali, sefa, Niger, sefa, Burkina Faso, sefa. So still, about, since all these countries gaining independence, 1960, but they are still eating a currency from France. They have their central bank in France. This is, yes, Mohi Travel and so, thank you. It is really interesting, serious. And then, so, French military base, they still have French military base in all these Francophone countries. Are they free? And why would they need a military base? If they are a sovereign country, it means they are capable of controlling their affairs. They can protect themselves. They don't need anyone. Welcome, my brother, to your educational information. Oh, thank you, my brother. Thank you, my brother. You see, if they are truly, they are a sovereign nation, then why are they still, why they still have these military bases? I know, I'm from Ghana. We still have military bases right here in Ghana. So France, make sure that they have this military base right here. Brace up, boss. I can see you are truly passionate about Africa. Oh yes, I'm an African, and anything about Africa, it is about me. It get a time that we need to take it very, very personal, seriously, and we have to discuss it. We have to educate our brothers and sisters. We need to change that narratives. So we still have all these military bases. Let's come back to the topic. We still have these military bases in Africa. Yes, Mira. I don't know if I get your name correct, though. You see, that is the situation we are having, because we have military base in France, we have military base in Burkina Faso, we have military. Like they have all the military bases in all these countries. So doesn't mean that this country doesn't have a military. Burkina Faso have their own military. Niger have their own military. Africans have their own. Even in Ghana, we have their own military. But why is it that we need France or America to protect us? That is the question. First, they will say because of terrorism that is going on in the Sahel region or in Africa. So because of that, we need a military base over there to help you fight terrorism. If you go to Nigeria, the same thing, Boko Haram. We have Al-Qaeda. All these terrorist groups. Why are they causing chaos and mayhem in this very region? We have to ask these questions. And these terrorist groups, who sponsor them? Who is the brain behind all this? I'm just asking a harmless question. Could you mean that the same people that come that they want to protect you, they are the same people that are sponsoring these people to cause problems, chaos in your region so that they will come in a form of rescuing you, but at the same time, controlling you? This is a question we need to think about. You see, this shows that even though these Francophone countries have their independence, but they are independent, it is not truly independent because they are still under a colonial contract with France. Because I remember in 1958, these new presidents who came to power, Charles de Gaulle, who was a president in France at that time, and he realized that from 1958 to 1960, a lot of African countries started agitating, fighting for independence, and the rest, these people are fighting for independence. We have to give to them. If not, that they will come and take it by force. Because at that time, Nkrumah was educating them. He said, no, Ghana gained independence 1957. Was the first country to gain independence in Sub-Saharan Africa. And he didn't just keep quiet, but because on the day of Ghanaians' independence, Nkrumah said something that independence of Ghana alone is meaningless until it linked up to the total liberation of African countries. And in 1958, he had a conference. It gathered at that time 32 African head of states and the freedom fighters at that time. He gathered them together and he have all Africans people conference in Accra. And he again remind them. So Charles de Gaulle, being smart, saying that no, if that be the case, we have to give these people independence, but it has to come on the condition. If they accept it, we give you independence. Yes. Just go back and read your history. Like, just go back. You'll see what I'm saying. You know. You see? Yes. Domezor healthcare. You see? That is the whole thing. And all of them, all the Francophone country, they signed this. That is the what? The colonial contract. They accepted it, all the terms and conditions, except Guinea. Secretary refused. That is so when the France they are leaving Guinea, they destroy everything that they built, schools, hospitals, even the road network, everything they destroy it. You see? So that shows that this Francophone country, since they gained independence in 1960 up to this present time, they are not truly free. They are still under colonial contract by France. All right. So the second question, the third one, economics, political independence. See, they are under the economics because their central bank is from where? Paris. If they need money, they have to go to Paris and cut the money. They have to give them the money. Anything they do, They rely on them. And they use that opportunity also to control their natural resources. Oh yes, their natural resources. Everything. You see? See the strategy? They are looting all the minerals. Burkina Faso, Niger, Mali, Ivory Coast, Togo, Benin. See what is, as I'm speaking to you right now, see what is going on in Togo. The people of Togo have stand on their feet and said enough is enough to the Nyashingbe family. Why can one particular family who rule a country for over 58 years, father and son? Is Togo property for Nyashingbe family? That's the question. So the people are tired. They are seeing what is going on. Their eye is opening now. So me, you know, you can, what is going on recently in a Francophone country, you know, you can call it a chaos, you know, you can call it coup d'etat. But to me, where I see it, it is not a coup d'etat, but it is revolution. The people are beginning to know the truth now. So it is a revolution, because you cannot suppress the will of the people forever. A time will come, you cannot suppress them anymore. They will rise up and fight for their freedom. And that is what we are seeing in these Francophone African countries. Oh yes, serious. So the second question I want to ask, Burkina Faso, Mali, Niger, what is changing? What is changing? Burkina Faso, Mali, Niger. What is changing? You know, if you go to Assimi Goïta in Mali, and you come to Burkina Faso, Ibrahim Traoré, but it looked like everybody is talking about Ibrahim Traoré. What actually is changing? It is not a coup d'etat. Seriously, because because of this, because I'm a very curious person, and I really want to know, and I want to see. So me, I'm the kind of person, if I heard something, I will not just sit in my room or just sit somewhere. No, I want to go and see it. In Ghana, you say Fili Gadoshi. So this curiosity led me to Burkina Faso to see what is actually changing. And beloveds, what my eye see? Serious developmental projects. I can see the people are patriotic. They care and they protect their presidents. Go to Burkina Faso, then see the youths. They loved him. If I say they genuinely loved him, and they are ready to sacrifice their life for him. And see, in such kind of a situation, why will you say there is no democracy or there is a coup d'etat? No, it is a revolution. The time have come, because sometimes, no, the first time I heard about the coup d'etat in Niger, I was like, in this 21st century, why will these things happening? No, seriously, it is not a coup d'etat, or it is not a chaos, or not anything, but it is a revolution. Now, the people, they got to realize, they got to know that they are under a colonial contract, and they said enough is enough. So the changing thing, the first one is what? They remove all these military bases, you know, because they realize that they are under colonial contract. So they are now trying to what? Break tie with France, with the colonial contract. So they are removing all these military bases in these three Francophone countries. When you go there, currently, as I'm speaking to you right now, there is no foreign military base in Niger, in Burkina Faso, and in Mali. So what is their fault? Like, what is the fault of Ibrahim Traore? Or what is the fault of Assimi Goïta? Just leave my people alone. You said we are poor. If you said you are poor, then leave us to what? To work on ourselves. And that one, is it a problem? Is that? And people, everybody is talking about it. Is it something that, and you're saying that there is no democracy, there is it's a coup d'etat, like the people are not happy, is using the money to buy military and all, like a whole lot of things. It's a serious, massive change. And I went there, can't you see me? See the dress. Yes, Alliance. I bought this dress in Burkina Faso. I bought this hat in Burkina Faso. I was there. I attended the feast party. And I get opportunity to talk around, and I get opportunity to have a one-on-one interaction with the people. And they genuinely love their president, Ibrahim Traore, the youngest president ever in the world. And let's see what he's doing in Burkina Faso. He is changing the country. He is bringing developmental things that those old people, leaders, couldn't do. As after, especially in Burkina, I got opportunity to go to Burkina Faso, so I will focus more on Burkina Faso. After the death of Thomas Sankara, after that, the country shuts down. There is no developmental thing. These countries, like all these Francophone countries, when you go there, it looks like they are not part of this 21st century. The developmental thing, they are way what, like backwards, as if they are in 18th century. I'm telling you the truth. They lack a lot. The people are suffering. But right now, as I'm speaking to you right now, now that they have received, I call it salvation, because they now know the truth. They rediscover themselves to know who they are, and they are fighting for their freedom. They are fighting for their identity. And that is what they are fighting for. Now, you can see Burkina Faso now. Things are changing now. The road network, the flights, their airline, there is like agriculture, and many more. They are building more hospitals. But before, since 1960, nothing is being done in all these Francophone countries. All right, so let's continue. Yes, what is changing in this? What are changing in these countries? New leadership. Oh yes, new leadership, especially these three countries. And now Togo is now joining because they also receive salvation now. So they are also fighting for their identity, as I'm speaking to you right now. For over 58 years, it is now that they know that Nyashingbe family is controlling them, is ruling them for a very long time. But before, they don't know. But Togo is now receiving the awakening call. They are now begun to receive the salvation. Serious. So this new leadership is the new changing in these Francophone countries. So see. The rise of Sahel Alliance. Oh yes. So because of the new changing, I said that they are before these three Francophone countries, they are under ECOWAS, and now the ECOWAS Instead of the ECOWAS to protect them, rather ECOWAS is fighting them. So in order for them to survive the tension from the West and from their brothers, they have to come and they have to become one to fight under one umbrella. That is why they come and then form AES. AES. So that through that AES, you have one military, one currency that will make the country developed. You know, even though before it's the same safe harbor, it's different. So if they are one, they can stand it. Because if you touch Niger, you touch Burkina Faso, you touch Mali. If you touch Mali, you touch Niger, and you touch Burkina Faso. See, that is how it is. So they have to become one, and that is the only way they can stand the heat. And they are getting a support from Russia too as well. And this is the current new changes in these three Francophone countries as I'm speaking to you right now. Cutting tie with France and ECOWAS. Oh yes, because ECOWAS, instead of ECOWAS to support them, but they are rather trying to fight them. So they have to cut tie with them. So these are some of the new changes. The cutting tie with ECOWAS. Because ECOWAS is a toothless bulldog. Seriously. It's being hijacked. Same as African Union. There is nothing they are doing. Seriously. You see what is going on in Togo right now? ECOWAS is silence. African Union is silence. They are not talking anything. But if there is a new government right now, a new person come to power, is trying to change the narrative of the country, need to restore the truth identity of the people and the country, then now they started fighting. You see them backing, like as it happened in Niger. You will see them, they were backing, they were in Nigeria. They were backing, making lousy noise, trying to send a military troops to Niger to go and fight them. And the same thing happened in Gabon. But did you hear about the Gabon one? After this nigger took power. Is it not the same coup d'etat? But because he accepts French troops, the troops, like he accepts to continue the colonial contract with France, so France is quiet about this. You see? Oh yes. But these three countries, they cut tie. That is why they are making noise. And ECOWAS to join. So they have to cut tie with them. Okay. Africa need unity. Oh yes. Africa truly need unity. That is the only way for Africa to develop. And that is the only way for us to be totally free. We need to unite and be one. All right. So my third question I want to ask: is this true Republican sovereignty? I'm asking you, guys. If you join me right now, we are discussing an interesting topic. Francophone West Africa still under colonial control? Are they still under colonial contract? That is what we are discussing. So guys, let us have one-on-one interaction at the comment section. Just go into the live chat, ask questions. Let us engage with each other. We are learning. So my third question: is this African? Is it like? Is this true Republican sovereignty? No, it's not true. Things that I said earlier on, it's not true at all. Is it? Is it a democratic? power versus struggle. Oh yes, it is not. There's see what is going on in Togo. Even if these countries are true sovereign country, they have their right to make their decision without the interference from any other countries. But not this only Francophone countries alone, but African. 54 countries in Africa. Are we truly like a 7 countries? If that, then why do we need a foreign military basis? We go up saying Africa beyond aid, but we rely on this aid, and this aid itself doesn't even do anything for our country, and they use this aid to control us, our resources. Why can't we make a decision on our own? You can see a new president, Donald Trump, can just summon all the African countries with a finger of a tip, and you see all of them, they are on their way. And they'll pack them all in one car like sardine. These are presidents, they are just equally like him. Are they not equally like him? Yeah, the same power. Because they are all the same presidents. They are all presidents. They are all elected. So it is not servants. Because we can't even make a decision on our own as a sovereign nations. So we can't even make any decision. Our elections, they are there. We need an eye. We need their views before we believed. When there's time for Corona, during the coronavirus time, there is no African country was able to produce vaccine. We all rely on AstraZeneca and Johnson & Johnson. Then I don't even know the rest and put their names, but none. So does it mean that there's no medical school in Ghana or in Africa? We all rely on them. How can they not controlling us? Everything, dollar, economically. You see, that is where they make their visa restriction. It's very, very, very tight for us to go, because you are poor. What do you want to go and do? Do you want to go and raid their country? They don't even want you to come to their country, but they need your resources. Seriously, but they forget, during the slavery time, our forefathers don't want to go. They chain them, they beat them, they kidnap them, and force them into the new world, to their countries, to work in their plantation farm. Now they don't need us to work in their plantation farms anymore, because they are now machineries and stuff. So they need the resources. They need our resources. They need our resources to use. You see? So they don't need you. So they make the visa restrictions very tight. It will be very easy for what? A camel to pass through the eye of a needle than a Ghanaian, Ivorian, or Nigerian to apply for American visa, or a British visa, or a Canadian visa. I'm telling you. You see? A needle. It will be very easy for a camel to pass through than to an African to require for their visa. I'm telling you. Very tight. How fat your bank account is. And if you go to in Asia, like people from Japan, South Korea, if they want to come to America, they want to come to Europe, is it the visa registration? Is it tight for them too? No, I don't think so. Because those countries are developing countries, are developed countries. They don't even go. I don't even think that they even go south. Surely. So guys, we need to change the narratives. So what we are experiencing recently in Francophone West Africa, it is not a chaos. It is not a coup d'etat, but revolution. So let's continue. Question number 4. Pan-Africanism or military takeover. All right. So you see, I see it as a Pan-Africanism, even though it is a military takeover in these countries, but it is a Pan-Africanism. The people are beginning to recognize who they are. They are fighting for their rights. They are fighting for their identity. They are fighting for their future. They are fighting for their freedom. And as a civilian, ordinary person, you can't do it. Because these people are not ready to leave power. You have to force them. So it takes a military to do that, to force them away from the power. That is the reason why it look like a military takeover, but truly it is not. It's not a military takeover. Support from the people, and then all these militaries, they get support from the people. As I'm speaking to you right now, go to Ouagadougou. The youths, they are in front of their president Ibrahim Traore's house. They are sleeping there. My very good brother Wadamaya was there, and he videoed these people. Even me myself, I was there, I saw them. They are sleeping in front of the president's house. They are not even sleeping. They are there guarding. We can see the militaries there, but the civilians. So, and they are very happy of what actually is going on. The military takeover. They laughed him because he's always, if he is not in the farm, he's in the field, he's working. And he himself, you see himself as example doing the work. Changing because he see that it's a collective, as a leader, you need to serve by example. So you see Ibrahim Traore himself on the field sweeping. You see him in the market with the market women. You see him in the farm with the farmers. You see him on the road, contracting the road with the contractors. That is the kind of person he is. So because of that, you see people that are living in this country, they are patriotic. They are patriotic because they care about their country. So there is the change we are talking about. Criticism from the West. Oh yes, there are a lot of criticism coming from the West, like with nuisance, like causing confusion in the minds of the people, promoting false images, saying a whole lot of things, saying that there is no democracy in these three countries. Who told you that there's no democracy in these three countries? I went there. I was there, especially Burkina Faso. It's peaceful. There is full democracy that is going there. You see, is there a time? Let me take off the cap. Is there a time we the Africans, we have to redefine the word democracy, because what we think democracy, I don't see that is working. Democracy not to be defined about Abraham Lincoln. No, we have to define the democracy in our own way and practice it in our own way, not according to the West. Oh yes, and then do you think democracy comes from the West? Before they come, or before they talk about the word democracy, there's already a democracy right here in Africa. Kings, our kings and queens, they practice a full democracy, not a fake one that they have bring to us. that they are using all in the name of democracy. They are confusing the people. You see one particular family which is rich forever. They are using that to pollute education, Christian religion, all in the name of these three things, because every African child go through this stage. Religion, education. At least every, if not the education level, religion level. That's why if you see, especially with the religion, they translate Bible in all these our various ethnic groups, because they want us to understand very well. But mathematics, English books, all these are not translated in our our language. And when you, a child, African child, whom me in my house, I was taught, like, the language I got to know is my mother tongue. But my mother sent me to school to acquire education. When I go there, the teacher that is there is speaking in a foreign tongue, and he or she is teaching me in a foreign tongue, and he expects me to understand and write exam in a foreign tongue to pass. And if I didn't pass, then he said what? I'm deaf and dumb. Seriously. You see? How will I understand? Because when I go home, in the house, that's not the language we speak it out. It's not like America or not in UK. When you go, they born the child, they speak English. They speak English. Let me just say it in that. They speak English, so they understand the child, they understand English from the home. And you go to school, they speak English. So anything that the teacher say, they understand. You get it? But if you come to Africa, it's not like that. I am an Eber. I speak Eber at home, but I go to school. My teacher is speaking in English and set exam in English. And he expects me to write it in English. And he expects me to pass. How will I pass? You see the pressure that we African children we are going through. Are we the only country that have been colonized in the world? No. If you go to Asia, India is equally colonized by the British. But when they gain independence, they do away. You know, British, they are the kind of people that when they colonize you, they indoctrinate you. They come with their language, their religion, and they force their religion on you. So India was as well colonized by the British. But when they gain independence, they do away totally with their language, with their culture, with their religion. But in Africa, in my own continent, or in my own country called Africa, I call it country because, we were one. Africa was just one. In 1884 and 85, they sat in Berlin Conference and they create these Berlin Walls to separate us. Before, we were just one country as Africa, simple. But they just separated us. That is why I'm from Ghana, but I don't see myself as a Ghanaian. No. If you call me Ghanaian, I will get angry at you. I'm not a Ghanaian. I'm an African. I was just born at a part of Africa called Ghana. That doesn't make me a Ghanaian. I'm an African. But if I need to travel to the next African country, I need a visa to go to the next African country. Does it make sense? And if I go to Burkina Faso, when I was in Burkina Faso, I was walking in the street of Burkina Faso and I see Burkinabés. There's no difference between me and Burkinabés. They don't even know unless I speak before you know that I'm not from there. But we all look, why will I be a foreigner in Burkina Faso? Why will I be a foreigner in Burkina Faso? Nope. But you see, they have created this to suppress us, to divide us so that they can control us. Oh my goodness. Colonization in the Francophone countries is worst. Very, very worst. It's not easy. The idea is so bad. Very bad to the extent that they don't see themselves as Africans. They see themselves that they are from France. If you go to Ouagadougou, if you go to Ivory Coast, we are walking in the street of Abidjan. They speak French more than Emmanuel Macron's children. Seriously, they don't even know their local language anymore. Why? I ask this question again. Why? Why is it that before you see me as a knowledgeable person or educated person, I have to speak in a foreign tongue? How frequent or how fluent I sound, my grammatic expressions, that is how you skill me by my knowledge. Then you see me say, oh, I'm knowledgeable, just because I speak good in a foreign tongue. But if I speak good in my mother tongue, you don't see me being knowledgeable, or you don't see me being a smart child, but rather you see me as deaf and damned. Why? Colonization have done, yes, somebody may ask this question, especially in Ghana, that's 68 years ago, 60 years ago, they have left Africa, but they have lived something that it is very difficult. They have lived something, indoctrinated something in our minds, and this continue on and on for centuries now. So, my brother, my sister, to break, that is why Bob Marley said what? We need to free ourselves mentally from the mental slavery. It's no longer by the shackle. We are no longer in chain. But the real one is in the brain. We need to unlock that. By so doing, we need to redefine ourselves, recognize ourselves, redefine ourselves of who we are as an African. That is the only way. And what is going on right now in the Sahel states, or in the Sahel region, this Francophone country, they are now rediscovering themselves of who they are as an Africans. And they are fighting for their identity. We are lacking. We are far, far, far behind, because this Francophone country, it look like they are not part of 21st century when you travel to these countries. But these leaders, corrupt leaders, are living a lavish lifestyle. Their children are in Paris, schooling, working. The people suppress. It will shock you that there is no light in Niger. Most of the houses they don't even know what is called light, but they have uranium. France is taking this uranium all the time to power light in their country. But the source where they are taking it from, there is no light there. Why? I ask this question. So, what is going on in these countries? There is a revolution. It is a truth Pan-Africanism. Before African will develop, it is only through the spirit of Pan-Africanism. Oh my goodness. That is the only way. The truth and the light, they have received salvation now. So that is why you see recent changes going on, and these leaders that stand for these countries are facing a lot of criticism. Seriously, they are tarnishing their image, like Ibrahim Traore did this, Assimi Goita, like a lot from the West. Why? Like I ask, what is the fault of Ibrahim Traore? What it is his fault? What is the fault of Assimi Goita? What is their fault? They are just fighting for their people, opening their people's eye, telling them the truth that no, my people, for over 60 years now, we have been suppressed. We are, even though we have gained independence, but we are still under this French regime, and they are still controlling us. Our currency, it is in France. We don't have any currency. So they are now like, I don't even know what to say. It pains me so much. Which type of Africa are we living in? Beloveds, so I hope I have addressed all the questions. And now that you know, what will you do? Burden of knowledge. Now that you know the reason behind the recent coup d'etat, I don't even call it, now that you know the reason behind the recent revolution that is going on in these three countries, the reason why they come out to form the Sahel Alliance, AES, the reason why they formed this, now that you know, what will you do? Burden of knowledge. Ibrahim Traore doesn't do anything bad. He's just for his people. He's just supporting his people. He's just fighting for his country's sovereignty, because the country need their truth independence. And not only about these three Francophone countries, but for Africa. It's get a time for the rest of African leaders to stand up and fight for their truth sovereignty, because we put them in power to represent us, to fight for our freedom, to fight for our identity. For we, the youth of Africa, we elect this our leaders to fight for our freedom, for the betterment of our future. We the youth, but what do we gain? Only in the elections time, you see them, they'll come to your house, eat with you, dine with you. And then when they get the power, they are gone. You don't know them anymore. Even when you see them, they are in car, siren, ping pong, ping pong, ping pong, ping. You can't even come close. It is very difficult for you to, in Africa, for an ordinary person to see your president. Even if I say the president price is even too high, your DCE, you have to write mails upon mails upon mails. If you are lucky, they will even respond to you. Why? Why does it have to be like that? Why does it have to be like that? So we need one Africa. We need to unite. We need to fight for our color, black, and not only the continental African also. I'm also using this medium to call upon our brothers and sisters from the diaspora to come home, come back home. This is where you truly belong. This is where your story begins. It is not where you are born in America. It's not where you are born in France. It's not where you are born in UK, where truly your story begins. I'm calling out upon you guys to come and connect with the motherland. Bring your ideas, the innovative ideas. Because you live in the developed countries. You have more ideas, the technology. Let us all join hands. It's a collective build. And anytime anybody from America, let me just say from the diaspora, you want to come to Africa, especially Ghana, I'm a tour guide. Just contact me. Domezor Travel and Tour. We'll take you to all, like, I do tour in Ivory Coast, Benin, Togo, Burkina Faso, and in Ghana. Every part of Ghana you want to go. And I tell you the history. I mostly focus on a spiritual tour and those that are seeking to connect back to their roots. Just hit me up if you want to really reconnect, or you want to know who you are, you want to know your identity, and you want to connect to your roots. Just hit me up. Hit me up. We'll tell you the history of your ancestors. This is what we need to know. We need to know our culture. We need to know our customs and traditions. They are not primitive. No, it is not. They are not primitive. So guys, in 3 minutes time, I'm ending my life. And it's been so wonderful having you guys. And in fact, I'm very happy to be here and to have this one-on-one interruptions with you guys. So I'm still waiting for your thoughts and your idea about what we just discussed right now. I want you to share your thoughts. You can leave it in the comment section. You can leave your thoughts in the comment section about these 3 Francophone countries. I think, if you ask me, it's a salvation, and it's going to continue. Yeah, Togo. Togo, right now, at the moment, I pray, wherever you are, pray for Togo. Pray for Togolese, that may the good Lord see them through this tough time that they are going through. And I know, definitely, there will be a new day. Definitely a new day. Whilst they don't need to worry anymore. All their tears will be wiped out. And their future, their children's future will be saved. They don't need to worry anymore about the Nyashingbe family. Like, no. So guys, in a minute's time, I'll say goodbye. So as you can see me repping IES, you see, I bought this dress in Burkina Faso, and I bought this hat in Burkina Faso. And then if you want to tour Burkina Faso, you can also hit me up. I'll take you there, took you on a tour, visit all the interesting places in Burkina Faso. I was there. It's so beautiful. The country is peaceful. It's one of the safest countries in Africa. I'm telling you, there is no chaos, none. It's holding in the when you get into the border, the northern parts. Even those terrorists in it, Ibrahim Traore is taking care of it. Is taking care of it. So at this point, I will say goodbye. God bless our homeland, Africa, and make our nation great and strong. And may He give us knowledge, and may He lead us to redefine ourselves of who we are as an Africans. And guys, if you didn't watch the full video, go back, play the video, watch the full video for you to understand what actually it is going on in these countries, and pray for Africa, and pray that Africa will be united one day. It's been wonderful having you guys. I say goodbye.